How do you record audio with your drone? Well, there are several different ways to do that, and we're going to explore them in this video. We're going to be using the DJI NEO, the DJI Flip, and the DJI Mini 4 Pro, along with the Air3 that this chap's got. Stick around to the end because I'll be showing my personal favourite way of doing it, and you might be surprised by its simplicity. In my time of flying drones and putting videos on YouTube with me talking about them, a lot of people have asked me things like, why don't you get a life? And what now? But also what they do ask me is, how do you do your audio with your drone? But I'm gonna go back to the studio first because it's bloody cold up here and it's easier to explain things indoors. If you're a friend of the droneless, you've probably had the question, how does that drone record sound? The drones don't record sound, otherwise you'd get something like this. Yes, I did record that with a microphone strapped to the top of my Mini 4 Pro. Now with the DJI Flip and the DJI NEO, these are designed as vlogging drones. So through the DJI Fly app, you can record your voice using your phone. They both have two different sound profiles. The first is natural, which allows a little of the ambient sound around you to be recorded as part of the video. And then there's pure, which filters out any loud noises whatsoever, including the propellers of the drone itself. Let's see how those two look. So this is the DJI NEO using the natural sound profile and recording straight through the phone in the DJI Fly app. And this is using the DJI NEO's pure sound profile. So that should be taking out some of the sound around us, some of the ambient noise, and the noise of the props on the NEO. That was very close. So that's just using the basic way of recording, using your phone and these two vlogging drones. What if you wanted to step it up a notch though? Well, you can connect a Bluetooth microphone such as the DJI Mic 2 to your phone and record using that microphone that way, and you get slightly better sound. Let's have a listen to that now. So now, using the phone, but with the DJI Mic 2 connected via Bluetooth to it. So you could effectively do direction track with the DJI Flip, like I'm doing now, and then put your phone in your pocket so that it doesn't look like you're holding a phone whilst you're talking. These microphones are available on their own. You can buy the DJI Mic 1, DJI Mic 2 and the new DJI Mic Mini. There are other wireless microphones with Bluetooth capabilities on the market as well from Rode and Hollyland. Now if you want to go one step further, you can buy the whole DJI wireless mic kit, which includes a receiver that you can plug into your phone and have the microphone itself connected to it. That puts a slightly better signal through into your phone for your recording. Let's have a look at that. The other way to do this with a wireless microphone is if you have a wireless receiver, then you plug that into your phone and then start recording that way. And it tends to produce slightly cleaner audio. One thing to remember though is that this receiver doesn't record anything. It is a receiver. You have to plug it into something, and that device, such as your phone, is what does the recording. Had to say something for this test, didn't I? Oh, and yes, it's sunny now because I'm recording this the following day because I cocked up this section before. Dead vape pen down there. A quick thing to note, when you're recording on your phone for the DJI NEO or the Flip, and you're using one of these microphones, be careful not to switch the noise cancelling on. You do that by clicking on the power button and you'll see that little light goes sort of yellow and green. That puts noise cancelling on. But the recording that DJI Fly is doing is already doing noise cancelling. So you get a very, very muffled sound. The audio from the DJI Mic 2 into here and then into the phone
and recording it on the audio track.
If you're using the RCN3 with the DJI Flip or DJI NEO, you can still continue to record your voice in the normal way, including using the Bluetooth connection of your microphone.
Once that's connected, you can see just here, you've got a little microphone actually registering that it's receiving audio, and that's coming through the Bluetooth mic into the phone and onto the recording on the DJI Flip. And of course, when you've got the DJI RCN3, you can fly a lot further away. And you're still recording the audio, which is quite cool.
And obviously one of the cool things about using the RCN3 is that you have all of that range, whereas if you're just controlling the DJI NEO or the Flip with your phone, you've only got a range of about 30 meters.
Right, we're at maximum height. Let's just move back as far as I can without losing sight. I can still see. What are we at? 250, 272, 77. Right, that's plenty.
If you're using the RCN3 for any of your other drones, the best way to do that is to still use a Bluetooth microphone connected to the phone and activate a screen recording on the phone itself. That will then record the audio, which you can use later to sync up in your editing package. We'll come on to how to do that in a bit. With the DJI Mini 3 Pro and DJI Mini 4 Pro, one of the preferred methods many people use is to plug a USB-C microphone into the RC controller. On the Mini 3 Pro's controller, the DJI RC, there's this little flap here that you plug in the USB-C microphone. On the DJI RC2, there's just one USB socket in the bottom of the controller, so you just plug your microphone into there. And then to initiate recording of that audio, swipe down twice and click on Record Screen. That will then do a screen recording and it'll include the audio through your USB mic. Let's have a listen to what that sounds like.
If you've got a USB-C lavalier mic like this, I've just hit it, haven't I? When you've got a USB-C lavalier mic like this, plug that into the bottom of the controller there and then start screen recording. So that will record your audio along with the screen recording. And when we get back into the studio, hello, and when we get back in the studio, I'll show you how we actually sync that all up with your normal drone footage.
We'll go through this very quickly. If people need me to, I can do a longer tutorial on this, but let's just do the basics. Now I'm using DaVinci Resolve here, but this works in most editing packages. The first thing I'm going to do is grab my Mini 4 Pro footage, and as you can see here, there is no audio on it. Then I'm going to grab my RC2 lav footage. So this is my screen recording, as you can see in here. This is all of the UI from the RC controller. And what we'll do is try to match up what we've got in this track here with this track here. You can do this by having a look through and trying to find a specific scene. So me holding up the RC2 there, and we'll mark in there where that is, and then scroll through this track and see me holding up, right, so holding up the RC2. So let's put a mark on that track and then just move this track across. So let's see, how did we do? Let's just disable this track. Got a USB-C. That's still out of sync. So you can spend time fiddling around trying to sort that out. If you've got DaVinci Resolve, you may be better off by changing the opacity of one of your tracks. So I'll take the top track here, go into Inspector, change the opacity of that track just down a bit, and we can see those two tracks are now sort of overlaid on each other and they're not matching up. But what we can do is just gradually move these tracks around until we get to a point where they match. We almost had it then. That's it. Perfect. And now if we just disable the video of that track.
The controller there, and then start screen recording. So that will record.
We can see there that the audio is synced up with the drone video. It's a little bit hit and miss getting a USB-C microphone to work properly with your RC controller. I've got this adapter here, which will take a normal lav mic, plug it in there, plug this into the controller, and that works fine. But what you do need to do is make sure you get a lav mic that has got 3 rings on here. There were many hours spent trying to work that out. I hope you appreciate it. If you do, please do leave a like if you're finding any of this useful. What I would recommend is getting an all-in-one USB mic and not have to worry about getting an adapter, as that's more likely to be compatible. Oh, everyone say hello to the overhead camera. Hello! It almost fell off the other day because I was fiddling with it too much. Camera's nice and secure though. A similar way to using a USB-C mic is to plug in a receiver that you get with the package of the DJI Mic 2, Mic 1 or Mic Mini. There are other brands available that do exactly the same thing, I just prefer DJI. I'm going to have to show you some B-roll of doing that now because I'm actually using my receiver on top of my camera there and using my mic down here with my lav plugged into it. Hopefully there's some B-roll running at the moment showing it. If not, I've really messed up. One thing you must be really careful of is with the adapter that clips into the receiver, making sure you put that in the right way round. There's a reason I'm saying that, because a good couple of hours was spent this week trying to work out why I couldn't get any sound to go through to my screen recording on my RC2. And then I realised. It's not rocket science. There's an arrow here and an arrow here, and that shows you how to put them together. My preferred method, here's a little clue, pressing that button switches on internal recording in these microphones. Now, not all wireless microphones do that, but it is very, very useful as a backup when you're doing any sort of video recording using these mics. But also, well, I'll let him explain it. By far my favourite method of recording audio while I'm flying my drone is to use the DJI Mic 2's internal storage. This means that I don't have to connect it to a controller or to a phone or anything like that. And using the clap and sync method, I can sync that up in the editing suite. If you want to see more details on how to do that, then have a look at this video here. And YouTube would like you to look at this video here as well. I don't know what I'm pointing at here, but thanks a lot for watching. Bye.